Imagine a country where billionaires don't just influence laws, they write them. Where corporations shape policies and elections hinge on wealth, not ideas. Sound familiar? The widening gap between the wealthy elite and ordinary citizens feels insurmountable. But over 2,300 years ago, Aristotle warned of this very system, a regime called oligarchy, ruled by the rich few. His insights into its rise and fall resonate sharply with today's reality. What is an oligarchy? How does it rise and why does it always collapse? Today, we'll break down Aristotle's blueprint of oligarchy and trace its echoes in our world. Aristotle, the philosopher of logic, classified governments into 6 types, 3 true forms and their corrupt counterparts. The true forms represent ideal leadership, monarchy, rule by a single virtuous leader who governs for the common good, prioritizing justice over personal gain. Aristocracy, leadership by the wisest and most moral individuals, ensuring fair and insightful governance for the benefit of all. Polity, a balanced system combining democracy and stability, preventing extremes and promoting fairness and order. Here's the twist: every noble system has a dark side. Monarchy devolves into tyranny, aristocracy into oligarchy, and democracy into chaotic mob rule. The most dangerous? Oligarchy. Why? Because it hides in plain sight, cloaked in wealth and legality, posing as stability while quietly exploiting the powerless. It doesn't announce its takeover. It creeps in, seizing control bit by bit. Aristotle defined oligarchy as rule by the wealthy few, where power serves their riches, not the common good. Unlike his ideal aristocracy, led by the wise and just, oligarchy thrives on greed and ambition. Here, power is bought, not earned. Leadership serves profit, not governance. And justice becomes a tradable asset. As Aristotle warned, where the laws have no authority, there is no constitution. In an oligarchy, laws are subtly rewritten to benefit the rich, eroding fairness and balance. How does an oligarchy take root? It's a gradual, insidious shift. It starts with wealth influencing leadership, then wealth becoming the benchmark for leadership. Over time, the richest are seen as the only suitable rulers. The elite rewrite the laws to protect their power and profits. Governance becomes a facade, with the wealthiest pulling the strings. Aristotle warned, the true form of government is the rule of law, not of men. Yet in an oligarchy, laws serve the elite, leaving the majority to fend for themselves. It's a cycle of control. Wealth fuels power, and power secures more wealth, locking the majority out. Oligarchies don't announce themselves. They grow quietly, hidden in plain sight. The irony, they promise stability but breed inequality and discontent, undermining a just society. Aristotle didn't just view oligarchy as corrupt. He saw it as a regime doomed to collapse under its own greed and excess. Oligarchy's playbook is clear. Aristotle didn't just warn us about it. He exposed the tactics the wealthy use to tighten their grip on power. Subtle yet effective, these strategies create an unbreakable system of control. Let's break down their playbook: economic gatekeeping. Power becomes reserved for the rich. With high property qualifications and expensive campaigns, only the wealthiest rise. Aristotle noted, oligarchies are organized in proportion to the amount of property men have. Legal manipulation. Laws are twisted to protect the elite. Tax loopholes, monopolies, and crushing regulations ensure wealth stays in the hands of the few. Justice bends to wealth, not fairness. Social barriers, education and mobility become privileges, not rights. The poor are shut out, and opportunities vanish. Aristotle warned, the true equality is to let the law govern and the rulers be its servants. But in an oligarchy, the law serves wealth, not justice. Control over institutions. The elite infiltrate courts, legislatures, and cultural institutions to shape policies and narratives that serve their interests. Dissent is silenced or marginalized, dividing the masses. To prevent rebellion, the oligarchs sow discord, disarm the public, and rely on mercenaries for enforcement. A divided population is easier to control. Aristotle noted, The rich distrust the people and so deprive them of arms. An oligarchy doesn't use chains, it uses laws, wealth, and fear, with its greatest weapon being the illusion of fairness. Aristotle didn't just describe oligarchies, he predicted their collapse. The very systems that elevate the elite eventually tear them down. First, the greed of the elite fuels competition, not for the people's benefit, but for power and wealth. This greed breeds conflict within the ruling class, as factions fight for more influence and riches. Aristotle warned, the stronger party will always fight for power. Second, the oppressed majority grows resentful. The system's inequities ignite anger, leading to inevitable rebellion. As Aristotle said, men are driven to sedition by the injustices of the ruling class. Third, the weakness of the next generation. Oligarch heirs born into privilege lack the resilience and cunning of their predecessors. Unaccustomed to adversity, they're ill-equipped to maintain control, leaving the system vulnerable to collapse. But here's the tragic twist. When oligarchies fall, they don't lead to justice. Instead, they give rise to tyranny or mob rule. Aristotle warned, the causes of revolution are injustice and inequality. Oligarchies sow these seeds, and their harvest is turmoil. They may seem unshakable, but their foundation in greed and oppression ensures they will eventually crumble. Stepping back from Aristotle's perspective, let's ask, are we seeing oligarchic trends today? Consider this. Does wealth equate to power? Are laws favoring the few over the many? Is economic inequality fueling political inequality, silencing the majority? What's happening in today's corridors of power? Is it oligarchy, or is there room for something better? And does Elon Musk fit the profile of an oligarch? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take.